Yes, sir.
This is a budget meeting for Tuesday, March 2nd. Can we get an approval of the agenda? Need a motion?
I offer a motion to accept the agenda. Bruce McGee.
I second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Need approval of the minutes from the September 8th, 2020 meeting? Can I get a motion?
Just a minute. Wait.
I'm sorry. Okay.
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the next item is sidewalks. Lowest bid was from professional services for $108,370. The bid was estimated at $60,000.
Okay, we had 4 bids for the sidewalks, but the lowest bid was $108,370.
Right.
But the bid was originally estimated at $60,000.
Just said all of that. He just said all of that.
Oh.
Oh, did I need to do that? Oh.
No, you're good.
Okay. Well, this was started like 2 years ago. And maybe back then that's what they figured, but I imagine prices have gone up since then.
If I may, sir.
Sure.
Also, there is normally when they put forth, and they being Public Works, when they put forth this bid to the Board of County Commissioners, there is usually a 5% that they add to the base bid. That's in case of any change orders that come through. They don't have to go back before the Board of County Commissioners.
Okay. So I guess we're looking for an approval.
Yes, sir.
Can we get a motion to approve the $108,370 plus 5% for the sidewalks?
For discussion.
Sure.
Okay, so let me understand. So it's 108,000 plus an additional 5%?
The actual bid is 108 as noted.
Okay,
And what they ask usually the Board of County Commissioners, so that they don't have to go back, the Board of County Commissioners will come back to this board, they ask for a fudge factor. And they ask for that percentage of 5%, so that if any change orders come about, they have some room to say, okay, we're good to go. If it exceeds that amount of money, of course, then it has to all come back. So the base bid is still $108,000.
okay. Thank you.
You know where these are going, right? These sidewalks?
Yeah, my neighborhood.
Okay, yeah, we,
But it,
before you were on the committee, it was,
I'm all for it, but, I'm still concerned about spending public money.
right.
I want to get the most bang for the buck, and I don't want to get us, ramrodded or anyway, any other, okay. I'll make a motion to approve the $108,370,000 for the sidewalk.
Okay.
I second.
Okay. Is there any public that would like to comment on this from the audience?
We have Lori Smith on,
Okay,
she's monitoring.
okay. How long do we usually?
No, that's, she's the project.
Okay. Anyway, back to the motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Was there a start date with any of these?
We don't have a start date yet.
Okay.
As soon as we do, we will provide that to you. I believe it still has yet to go to the Board of County Commissioners. I will verify that for you.
Okay.
And we will get you out an email indicating to when they're proposing,
Okay.
to sign the contracts, et cetera.
Next item is the signs, the colors. Does everybody look at the colors? Well, how bright do we want to be, or how pastel do we want to be? How many colors do we want to use?
If I recall, did we not talk the last time about two colors? Because we wanted like white and
Right,
black or black and white, something.
right, two contrasting colors,
Yeah.
right. Yes, we did, but we don't have to go with the white or black.
Well,
What we had last time was we had a cream background,
right,
and Mary, do you remember what colors we had on that?
It was green and brown.
Cream and brown? Okay. Do we want to liven it up a little bit, or tone it down, or go with a blue or a different color?
I like the blue.
Put it on. Well, let's work on the background first. How's that? Okay. Do we want to stay with like a pastel background? Which would be the last page, the colors on the bottom chart. Is that what we would like to do?
Well, that's what it was before. It
Well,
was
we don't have to
green.
stay
It was
there,
green.
we can. Will the cream go with the blue? I don't see why not.
So which cream color?
So somebody pick a cream. How about on the first square on the bottom, the third one over? It's a light, almost a white. Would that suffice?
Where are you looking?
Yeah, where are you?
Last page,
Okay,
bottom left,
bottom left,
in the block, the third color over.
that,
Yeah, on the top line, I'm sorry.
Okay, this one.
Yeah.
That's
the
what I was
top,
looking
top
at.
line or the bottom line.
Well,
he's on the top.
I'm on the top line.
Okay,
Third,
so it's this line up here,
No, I'm sorry, the second line.
second line, the third one over.
The third one over.
all right.
Would that suffice, everybody?
Well, this is your, this is.
I know, I'm just asking questions.
Yeah, no, this is your guys' decision.
Okay,
I don't, I mean,
Saying this one.
Yeah, I like that one.
you like that one?
Mhm.
Bruce, how do you feel about it?
That probably would, be a very pleasant looking and it probably would hide dirt because it wasn't like
Pure white,
pure white. Yeah, I'm for it.
and that's gonna be the backdrop,
that's the
right?
backdrop.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm for it.
Okay. Well, let's go over to the second page. And,
Excuse me.
yes, that's me, I'm sorry.
Oh, I needed that.
And, the blue paint colors. Does anybody see anything in there that,
The one, the first block. And it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6.
Now, the block itself or the line above it? Okay.
Let me see.
It's not too dark and it's not.
So we're gonna be in the first block, we're gonna be, second column from the end, third from the bottom.
Right.
Right.
Okay?
Are you
And
okay
that's
with that?
gonna be the lettering.
It's the third row up, the second one from the right.
Third row up, second, okay.
It's that,
It's kind of got a little greenish color to it, maybe.
yeah, some kind of color to it.
What
Maybe,
I'd like to do is get a sample, put together, small
Okay.
sample, put together, how the lettering, the background's gonna look,
okay,
and we'll provide that to you,
okay,
so that you can take a look at it before we do all the signs and look at it and go, that's not what we want.
okay.
So we'll go ahead and get a sample done for you, and send it to you, for your approval.
Right.
Okay. Now, has anybody actually looked at the area where we're gonna put the signs and done any measurements?
No, sir, not yet.
Okay, because I'm not sure how much area we have. On the one, the Linton Oaks, there's no problem.
Mhm.
But on the other two, I'm not sure how much area we have left and how we want to face the signs.
Well, that is probably gonna be your kind of thing, to tell me, I mean, I have no problems, going out with you,
Okay,
and we can take a look at it and so on.
we probably need the engineer.
I was gonna say, I was gonna call Tom in to make sure we're on our right of way,
Right, exactly.
or not in someone's
Yard.
backyard or something like that, so yeah. I'll get Tom Strong to either accompany us or send one of his associates out,
Okay,
and we can take a look at that.
I'm usually good any day but Tuesdays and Thursdays.
You got it.
If you go back to the map that we have on the sidewalk,
Right.
when they improved the Southwest Eighth Avenue,
Right,
at the corner there at Southwest 70th Terrace, I believe that's where the sign was at, it was right there at that intersection.
right, it was.
And there, from the sidewalk, there is property that I believe is part of Holly Heights. If I'm not mistaken, that we're in compliance with that. We're not on, the county property, we're actually on,
Well, we actually need to be on county property now, right away.
Well, we don't need to, we can't be on private property.
Right,
We can't post on private property.
can't.
okay, it has to be on
County right away.
county right away. Okay, then you may need to get a
That's gonna be
survey.
tight, that corner.
Well, the next thing I wanted to ask, of course, is if we have any signs remaining, do you want them removed and replaced? Or do you want to move all new signs?
There's none remaining, but what I mentioned to James was we kept the faces of the signs.
Right.
And my suggestion was we just modify the poles that they're on. And we wouldn't go with all those samples that we were showing. James didn't think we needed to go in that direction. He felt we needed new signs. So we kind of went with the pictures that he gave us.
Okay.
And I guess we picked something out of those pictures. I don't really remember.
Well,
It's been a while.
I understand. that. And what I was gonna say is, what I'll do is, we will go back in the records, look to see what sign you selected.
Right,
And when I do the sample, we will do it with a mock-up of that.
okay,
It'll be at much, much smaller size, obviously.
all
And
right,
we'll do a mock-up of that, so you can get at least a concept of color and the type of sign. And
okay.
before we spend all the money on that, for you to look at it and go, it's not quite
Right, that makes sense.
So we'll do that.
What I was surprised though is how we got a price on the signs and we didn't give any sizes.
I think we did. If I remember correctly, like I said, it's been a while now, but I think we did.
I know we got a price.
Yeah, and I'll have to look.
Okay,
I'll have to go look, but I know, I'm fairly certain, because I remember James talking to me about it, and we had looked at two different sizes. And I think we went with the larger size.
Okay,
With that, so I will get the dimensions for you and everything.
well, we need to find what area we have first and then go from there.
Sure, we can do that.
Okay. Okay. Um, are we still gonna have a meeting then? Okay.
The importance of this meeting is the budget,
Right,
more so well, of course, all of it's important, but the idea is that we want to make sure that we have this information provided through the trip, for the trim notice to be published.
right.
We want to make sure that we get the budget. And as always, the budget, at any point in time during the year, if we decide to modify, update, change the budget, we can do that. But we do need to do it so that we can publish it and we can go to the board.
Okay,
Commission.
so we need to work on our budget, or look at our budget. See what-
And in this book here,
No?
the budget, I think third page back. There's none, line. Okay.
Bruce, you got that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So what we've done in essence is we've taken those things that we know we had solid figures on.
Right,
And so right now, based on that, now remember, this does not include any monies that you've already collected.
right,
This is the new money that's coming in.
right.
Right? So what that does for us is that we have a reserve of $12,000, basically $12,100 that we're just categorizing as reserve. As you know, we have, we're starting to deplete, the monies. So, I'm sorry.
No, I said that of course, the way money going out. It's gonna be waiting.
So, the thing is that, there's another thing I wanted to speak to you about before then, so I thought we might start building those reserves back up while maintaining the bills that we have now. And then we can start building our reserves back up because, I've gotten the impression that you guys have to do big projects.
Right,
Like I told you early on, there's two ways to do these. You can go ahead and save the money, or you can request the county advance the monies to you and use your monies to repay them back on an annual basis. So now I'm not saying the county will do it, but that is an option that you have. Anyway, that's the budget that I'm presenting to you.
nothing. Bruce, is there any questions you have on the budget or any,
I think he just explained pretty much, it's explained.
what's a negative variance mean? Second line.
No, if I'm not mistaken, that's the money that's being collected. That is a negative variance results in from a 4% uncollected fees. That's what that amount comes from. That's something that comes from the budget office.
Right,
They're estimating that. That doesn't necessarily mean that it is, but they're just, I guess, over
Yeah,
time.
so the people who,
Has been
are paying taxes, it makes sense.
oh, okay, okay,
So they're estimating that you may get all that money.
okay.
Good luck.
Yeah,
I was wishful thinking.
you may get it all.
Is there, Mary, are you any questions on the budget?
I'm sorry, Tanya, you just gave me different figures.
So the same, thing.
Let's see.
It's not, thing.
Huh?
Something.
Okay. We're gonna,
Negative variance is not there.
yeah, we're gonna go with what is in this book. So please disregard that. We're gonna go to the book.
Yeah, because
The only thing I kind of see is that they're just different priorities.
But this explains it better.
Okay.
It's in the book, so we'll go with it.
And a lot of these got from what we're already using,
Yeah,
utility, bill, and we shouldn't have had any utility bills for
We have no signs, we haven't had any water,
any water.
yeah, so you're right.
Now, in talking about that, are we gonna have to pay to have the water service and the backflow meters put back in there if we want plants? Because they were all tore out.
You know, that was a discussion that we had early on. I've got to get with Tom on that because,
In the electric.
yeah, no, all of it, you know, because I saw it. They did. You know, it was there one day and then it was gone the next. And when was there the contractor, so.
Right, I mean, that's what happens though.
No, I don't know what happened to it. So, yeah, that's something we need to discuss with Tom about how, and I know early on you asked me that question. And I think now that it's getting close to becoming the object, we need to go back and sit down
Right,
and talk
okay.
to them and see how we're going to do
Yeah,
it.
it's coming to a close, hopefully.
The only issue was at one point, there was some discussion that maybe, please understand this goes back a while, that may have been on their side of the fence or something, which I really didn't see. We know it's in the right way, so.
Right.
But we'll have to give them
Okay,
and get that figured out.
okay, okay, so this is the proposed budget, correct?
Yes, sir.
Can we get a motion to approve it?
I make a motion that we approve the 2021-22 budget for the neighborhood,
Preservation enhancement.
yes.
There you go.
I second it.
Is there any public comment on it?
Okay.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Nice, very understanding.
You're the author of the artwork and all this.
Believe it or not. Yes, sir.
Very good.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Obviously, the next meeting will not be March 9th. We want to do a to be determined.
Well, unless we need it, then we just ready to do our regular meeting,
Leave that. We'll-
unless you have everything put back together and before then. I know you guys are over,
Yeah, that's fine.
so it'd be May
Okay. Yeah.
second, there's Tuesday.
In the meantime, like I said, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and send you email updates.
Right,
After taking a look at it, if you deem it appropriate that we have an early meeting, let me know.
okay.
And we'll call you in.
Okay. Now, speaking about that, I guess everybody's aware we lost a member
Yes, sir.
off the board.
Yes, sir.
Are we gonna replace that member, and if so, when?
Okay. First answer is yes. And the second is that we really do need to get on it. It's a perplexing issue from the standpoint that, as you know, for the last members that we brought on board, we did an extensive campaign, which we'll probably do again. And we got 16 votes, I think 16 people
Right,
voted. So out of the potential 827 units, we actually got 60.
right,
So we will do a similar campaign. We will go ahead and mail to all the addresses.
mhm,
We will have to specify a date and time. Again, same conditions will exist. In order to vote, they have to be a resident, approvable resident, address, driver's license, utility bills, if they actually live out there, so in order to vote. We'll choose a voting date, time, location. It will be ADA compliant.
Is per apartment complex or per apartment, is it like one family unit or multiple persons in? Because there's, like say you got a husband and wife that's on the lease agreement. Now, is that considered one
We
vote?
have- Because we had such a very low turnout, we, even before that, knowing that, we never said that it was one vote per unit.
Okay,
So if you had a husband and wife, both of them are eligible to vote.
Okay.
Anybody over the age of 18, unless you want to,
Well, how about the person that might own that rental unit?
cannot vote. Unless they live.
That's the live there.
They have to live.
That's right. That was the same issue we had with the board. We would love to have, some board members that were on there that were good, but they didn't live. So right now they have to live.
Right. This doesn't seem fair to somebody owns property.
You can't vote.
You can't vote for,
Interesting.
right, since most of the money,
But I will tell
especially
you,
in some of the cases, most of our tax money comes from a couple of property owners.
I will, for, just for my own edification, ask the attorney once again. I don't believe Bob Swain is on. Bob, are you on?
It's right here.
Sorry, Bob.
Okay, let's try this again. Hello, Bob. How are you?
No,
Would you like to answer the man's question?
the statute says only residents can vote, only residents can be on the board. It does allow for all residents who are eligible to be electors 18 years or older to vote.
So you can own the property, but if you don't live there, you can't vote.
Correct. That's the way the legislature set it up.
Well, actually, that's apparently the way the county applied for it. The legislative action.
The county back originally, it was set up just to follow the statute. Going, and that's what happened in the interim. I couldn't tell you.
Right.
I can tell you that over the years, it did get to be a point where there were sitting on the council, but I think probably there was some confusion because originally there was a council that a group that consisted of owners.
Right.
And there was confusion between that and what this statute allows,
Right.
which is also called a council.
Right. It was a combined board at the time.
Yeah,
It was
and-
members and owners.
But it doesn't allow it only allows the board to be 5.
Right.
It has to be residents.
Right.
I think that, Tom, wasn't that part of the weed and seed? Weren't you?
Yeah, that's where we originated from.
Well, that's probably why we have the owners.
So, and there's some records going back that far that talk about how there was this other body, but this was a way that money could be assessed per unit and spent in the area.
It was Partners for a Productive Community was,
Right.
Yes.
was the title, I guess, at the time. So, it just doesn't seem fair, you know? I mean, I realize it is what it is, but it just doesn't seem right. Or fair.
It's,
Yeah, I know, it is.
it would have been perfectly legal for them to set it up as property owners, setting up the organization.
It could have been set up as both,
Yeah, they could have set up both.
and there's no way we can go back and amend it or ask for a change?
Well, anyone could go to the legislature and ask for a change. I don't know how many more of these exist throughout the state. But
I know one other one, and it's in Miramar.
it would have to be lobbied for and the legislature would have to go for it. So
Really? Wow. Be a lot. Okay. We still have that fence over in Holly Heights to finish. The last section between,
This all, actually, you made mention of that.
Right.
It was approved last.
it's already
It
been
was approved,
approved.
so that's another video.
Okay. And we still have to wait till they're open the road up to do that?
I never understood why he said that, why Tom said that, but yeah, let me talk to him again about that to see, because I mean, I don't know why one has to do with the other.
I don't either.
It shouldn't.
But he may know something we don't.
Well, the property,
Mhm.
the boundaries of Holly Heights actually stops before where the actual road, because the road goes past that point. where they put the concrete barriers,
Right.
so it's, I don't understand why,
Well, they didn't want us in there even doing the landscape until they opened.
well,
the
that's
road.
the landscape stuff.
But until they opened the road, they didn't want us to maintain the landscape.
Okay, for the improvements on the road,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was also kind of bizarre. We weren't, when we started negotiations for the landscaping to be done in the various areas out there, we excluded that because they did not want anybody, any of our people on that portion.
yeah, well,
Again,
And yet on the inside of the concrete barriers, that's taken care of because property on both sides is owned by the trailer park. So theirs stays nice all the time, and ours looks horrible part of the time. But
okay,
anyways,
so it is supposed to be maintained by Public Works. If we don't maintain it, Public Works will maintain it. Public Works, we can have a discussion with them, say they have a schedule by which they.
yeah.
And
Well, they've been keeping the grass cut and they planted some trees. And as far as I can, the last time I looked, it's winter time, so you can't really tell for sure, but most of the trees are still alive, so.
oh. I gave her a copy of that. And the other thing is that being we lost Miss Joan Canton, we would like to, over where the, Maureen, what's that area over there where the walkway is, retention area? That was built. And there's a walkway around it. We would like to put a bench in there with a plaque on it for Joan.
no,
You can certainly put a bench there.
Oscar, would you like to interject?
No, I just got in. I wasn't even listening to anything. I just got in.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with putting it because you call that a neighborhood enhancement. The plaque, you'll probably have to find some other money for.
We could probably go through swag for the plaque. We haven't talked to them yet,
But the bench certainly.
No.
and we've got some donation money that we can. Would we have to do the plaque ourselves? Would you all want to make some kind of criteria or?
well, I mean, we would we would help you, find bids and stuff like that. If it's, because that's, we could do that on the behalf, we just couldn't pay, obviously pay for it. And
Okay.
we did it. So I can tell you, we looked at a couple of companies, because it's phone calls.
Yeah.
You would need to get, one set, approximate,
Okay.
well, there's a couple of things. How you want to be out of bronze, do you want to be out of gold, silver, that kind of
Get the
stuff.
number plaque.
But if you just want a standard plaque,
Yeah.
I'm assuming you don't plastic, you would want to. And they give me some dimensions.
Okay. Well, we're gonna have to get this money.
So it's like,
Right.
if you want to talk about her service with the board, just want to say,
We'll work something out. Thank you.
there is another consideration that you might want to consider. Too,
My idea came from when I used to walk through 34th Street, and they have these little plaques, and you start here and it tells you a little bit of history here. So she did so much, I thought of starting with that and then ending with another bench, so people could have, it's not so much, it is honoring her, but also as a walkway, you want people to be able to sit down. So,
well,
I wanted.
how about we take it a step further? The fact is that there are probably a lot of people that might want to honor a family member. You can get bricks, or you can get plaques, and make them available if they want to memorialize. Again,
Sounds like very good, get them involved. Some of the
get some of the
members.
people involved, and then they say, you can select so many area, or you can put up, there's a number of things that you can bring.
Well, we'll kick it around, but wanted to start on, and we wanted something in a metal
That's fine.
with the metal and not have any wood.
I
And
understand what you mean.
it might be a couple dollars extra, but that way it wouldn't be vandalized.
It lasts longer too.
Right, that's in the weather.
I like her idea, Mr. Weeks, because of, we try to preserve the area, and she did so much all the way to December. She passed away, just last month, and
No, I
it's just
think-
amazing, and I just want that history to be there, and like he said, we can't use the money, but she was a resident there to
I
the,
think it's a great idea, and it might be a way to, I know that earlier on, we were using, until we, wasn't quite what we're supposed to do,
right.
to pay for certain.
Hey, can I object to it, please?
Can you object?
Can I make a comment?
Sure.
Yes.
So if it's not covered by the money that we have on the association, I'm willing to donate some money personal myself to get it done. I can say enough things about her. I loved her. I thought she was a great person, and she did so much for her community. So I'm willing to put my money where my mouth is and do something if that's the case.
Okay.
Rodriguez, we really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you,
We
Oscar.
have just bought a gold plaque. Thank you so much.
I'm all about giving credit where credit is due, and I think she was an amazing person in our community, and she deserved it. And I think she should be remembered by all of us. Absolutely.
Right, that's the way we feel.
It's a good idea. Good idea.
Okay,
So we'll start with that. We'll get you the bench and the plaque.
okay,
Um,
get work started on the bench.
Find out, is there, I mean, and again, just, I don't even ask now, but is there any location you want it to be at the head of the park, at the back of the park?
Well, we kind of figured maybe part way around to the back. So that way you give people to sit,
Sure.
and maybe we can do a couple benches. See what the price is.
Well, it is called, it is part of the enhancement district,
Right.
so it's a legitimate cost. You do have a reserve.
Right.
You just put $12,000.
Yeah.
So, and like I said, this doesn't include all the capital reserve.
Right,
So.
but we want to be careful how we start.
Yeah.
But John did so much for the community, we just feel that,
Okay.
that's what we'd like to do.
That's it.
Okay. Oscar, do you have anything else you want to add to our meeting?
No, you guys are done for today?
Yeah, it's been short and sweet. We just talked about
Well-
budget.
I'm sorry I couldn't join earlier. I was on meetings, and then I saw when Claudia sent me the invitation, but it was too late by the time I saw her email. But I just want to make a few comments. I think the neighborhood is looking really good. The sidewalks are looking great. The street is coming up very nicely. So I'm looking forward to the day that is open, so I don't have to go all the way around to Holly Heights nowadays. Because every day I go to Holly Heights, I got to do that whole Louis. So, but I think great job. I think we work on this for so many years, and it's actually finally see it come together is great. So good job by the board, and I'm very pleased with the results.
Okay, thank you. There was also, I emailed Tom Stone about, we were told that there would be traffic calming devices included in the new.
Now, if I remember correct,
Right.
no, it's,
And what he said was the design of the road with the bus in and outs and all that would calm down traffic. But there is no in and out bus things. And the only place that it's calming is around the corner. And the way those vehicles are coming down the street now, where it's even done. And he sent me a list of what,
okay, so.
how we have,
Bottom line, quick and short, a traffic study has to be made. The
Right.
posted speed limit, once the speed limit is posted, so
Right.
30 miles an hour,
right,
what they will do is they will monitor that.
Okay.
And I'm not sure whether it's 10 miles. If they exceed 10 miles over that, then that's justification for putting in the calming device. But the study has to be done. If it weren't part of the original plan, from my
Right.
understanding, they have to go ahead and do this study.
Okay.
Okay, so what, like I said, we'll put it out there, they'll monitor if it exceeds 10 miles system level, then they can come in. Those funky things in.
Right.
But I'll tell you, I was there, I've been there a couple times here recently, and once on the weekend, and I was driving through, and I'm thinking, people are gonna love this road.
Really?
They're gonna go through there like nobody's
There
business.
they are.
Yeah.
And it's not done
I
by
know.
61st.
I know, and they're just gonna love this. There's gonna have to be something, particularly after the new road. Back here, I think it's. They're gonna go through.
Well, like I said, originally it was like with the bus pulling and pullouts and all, but as you're looking at the road, those aren't there. The bus things are right on the road
Yeah,
still.
yeah.
So,
We'll get with Tom on that again, but that's the process. He will have to do a study.
right, I got the report.
Okay,
So,
I have a question.
Yes.
With we might having a meeting, the street itself, you know, like first is today rain, and I know it's gonna be a mess out there. Who do you speak to, or who can y'all talk to, they leave these potholes so bad? I mean, it's terrible.
especially around the corner.
I rarely like taking out my car because it's not all the time, and sometimes it happens when the rain and it just gets out of.
are you talking about where they're working on the road right now? Or
Yeah.
Are you just talking about other?
Where 61st Street goes off of 24th,
Mm-hmm.
especially that first section, it's
The
It's
last,
lime
the
rock.
last part that they haven't finished.
that they haven't finished yet. But when they leave on the weekends, it's, the holes are there, and you'd think that at least put lime rock or smooth it off.
No,
And so come by Monday morning,
You know,
especially if it rains, it's just all kind of holes in there.
there was one particular one, I think you went, it was in the middle of 20, and we trying to get out, and here I'm trying to see the hole and trying to get out, and I'm like, man, but I think they patched that up. But I don't, them all, you know, patches causing these in the rain. But like he says, the weekend comes and sometimes like the sun is out and the street is a mess and I'm like, man, this is terrible.
Well, it looks like Tom's gonna be a very busy man. I will be in touch with him again and see what we can do about that. And again, like I said, follow up with an email.
So it falls back on the inspectors.
Well, I'll find out what he's had in place and,
Okay.
you know, how the contract reads.
Okay.
Things of that nature, because he may not have to do anything,
Maybe not,
you know, so
Yeah.
I'll have to look into
doesn't seem
that.
normal.
Well, you know, the thing about it
As
is,
Joan used to say, if this was in, Hale Plantation, it might be different.
Mr. Weeks, I got one more comment. Where are we at with the cameras? Are they working now or?
oh, we've got 4 of them working, sir.
Okay.
I've not been able, there's been some intermittency with them, but we do have 4 cameras up. And I have to give you the Sheriff's Department access again. So
Okay.
hopefully I'll get that to you by the beginning of next. But like I said, we have 4 of them. I want to thank you for sending Ms. Johnson out to work with them on that.
Great. So
And-
then we have 2 more, I think, that they need to come in on 63rd Terrace in the back where the convenience store is. I have not heard from them yet, but I think they need to come on and finish those 2.
I spoke with them, they were out there, and evidently, they, work order for those 2 cameras wasn't issued.
Gotcha.
So when I spoke to them, they left the ticket open, pending getting getting those cameras released. So it's, you know, I've got to follow up on them to find out whether that's been issued or not, but they are aware of the other 2 cameras. Also, I wanted to talk to you, if I might, briefly about additional cameras out there. I know we had made some discussion about that. Another option has been presented that you might want to consider
Okay,
of doing your own cameras rather than going through Cox. To install them, to set up a monitoring on a computer.
Yep.
Storage is relatively inexpensive. We can loop it every 6 months or however you want to, and then off storage, the tapes so desired. But we're paying a nice sum for those cameras. And I think that maybe I want to have your permission to do some additional research into it, that you maybe
Okay,
own cameras, and you're going to the same quality camera is yours as versus training equipment. You know, as far as monitoring, you can still hook them with the sheriff's department. They can give them access, and you know, you guys can still have access. I think you're going to save a lot more money.
okay. That's something we can definitely discuss. Absolutely. Let's think about that, and we'll come up with a plan. Absolutely.
Please do, because that's one of the biggest complaints we're having right now. People are getting their own cameras, they have the little ringer, and it's the view, it's beautiful, but these people still getting away with stealing little, like, packages. That's the biggest thing right now, why people putting on cameras, because they stealing the Amazon packages.
Right.
So, every little bit helps, so let's address this,
Okay.
because the community wants to move on, you know.
What I think I would like to actually get from the board is where we're at the additional cameras and how many.
Right.
Because that's going to depend on if we can buy, if you know, like if you buy a certain level, you get this price, you buy an additional level, you get that price. Look at a computer, then of course, the final thing is where we're going to house the computer, et cetera, and so forth. But I'm just saying, I think it is at least something to look at, to find out, you know, is it something we want to get involved in? Or we're going to be taking responsibility to accept.
Yeah, if we could get some prices on it.
Yeah.
And
I think
go that way. And is there much maintenance on these?
No.
The only issue that you run into is if it's ever hit by lightning. Other than that, no.
No.
They're beautiful, the ones that.
Have we had any
Once
problems?
again,
Have we had any problems there? No?
You know, I don't think we have any problems with it. The issue that I'm having with those is very difficult to go back to look at the video. It's a pain in the butt to actually go back and see what transpired. You know, for example, I had drop cans on my other ones. With the touch of the finger, you go back on the video real quick. It takes seconds. With cuts, I have to go to the website. I got to look for the dates. It's really, their system is not the best. I mean, we got good resolution from those cameras, don't get me wrong, but it's very difficult to go back and access the video. That's the only issues that I'm having with those cameras.
Well, if you remember earlier, we had talked about purchased the cameras before we got into Cox, and remember we had found some high resolution cameras that we could buy. And as I said, I think that we might want to go back and take another look at it. And,
Yep.
you know, price wise, because I think the long-term benefit might be financially better.
Oh, yeah, a lot better than renting.
Yep.
And
I agree, guys. Why don't we just go back and look? I mean, let's present some choices and let's do good research on it. But because we need it, I mean, the cameras are crucial. They work. I mean, we definitely. I mean, I told you. I don't know if I told you about you guys about this, but I ended convicting a guy that tried to burn one of my buildings, and I have it on camera. I have the audio and the video, and the guy's sitting in jail because he tried to burn one of my buildings. So, you know, they work.
by any chance, would you have an estimate or anybody from the board have how many additional cameras? This ballpark?
I mean, when the streets open, when that street open, like you said, the traffic, people trying to get out like me, I'm gonna be able to get out, but people are not gonna be able to get out because they're gonna be zooming, like right now, it's just limited cameras.
Oscar, do you have any pricing on the stuff that you bought?
I will get it for you. I have to get it from my bookkeeper. I don't even know what I'm paying, to be quite frank with you, but I'll find out.
Mr. Weeks on that, and let's do some
If
comparison.
you're unaware of what you're paying, I think that plaque just got diamond encrusted.
All right. Yeah, I will definitely communicate with you, for sure.
Okay, thank you, Oscar.
But it doesn't, at least, Okay.
No, I mean,
That's,
it's, it's a matter of.
Well, it depends how much we want to do on the other streets.
Yeah,
Right.
and I think, of course, if we have notoriously high crime areas, of course, that's what we want.
We can probably put 2 of them on Miriam's house, one going each way,
Okay.
because she's right on the corner.
So, I mean, if now, to make sure we're in good territory, they're gonna buy the camera, they wanna put it up on private property. We're gonna need a release from the property owner to do that. Okay, so, and now, what about transfer of ownership? Can we put some kind of clause in there that it transfers ownership, or does the new owner have to sign for it?
You're going to want some sort of license agreement or easement.
Mhm.
An easement will run with the property, license won't. They probably won't give you an easement. So they'll have to give you notice when, the property's sold and you may have to relocate the camera.
Okay. Again, I just want to make sure everybody understands what.
Well, I'm sure Oscar's.
No, I'm not, but I'm just saying in general, we want to make sure that we're open.
Right.
Proposing to do
I'm sure
that.
Marion wouldn't.
Yeah.
I'm on the end of the street, and it would be nice if we had a camera going down that street.
Okay.
Every little bit helps.
Okay. Anything else, Oscar?
That's it. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Okay,
for,
thank you.
Popping in.
Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
I have nothing.
Anybody have any other thing else? Mary?
No.
We'll get a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion, we adjourn the meeting.
Okay, thank you. We don't need a second on that.
Thank you all.
All right.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, and I'll follow up with you via email after I send this long list of time.
Okay.
Pleasure, that's what I'm here for. I have lots of ideas.